In the crushing dark, 2 miles beneath the Atlantic, a specialized, remotely operated vehicle clings to the fiber optic. Its high-intensity lights cut a sterile white cone, illuminating a section of the vital data cable AE Connect 1. This is not a routine inspection. Its manipulator arms, usually for repairs, are now scanning and recording.
On monitoring screens aboard the USNS Zeus, a disguised cable layer, analysts are now staring in disbelief.
The cable's hardened casing, designed to withstand deep-sea abrasion and even shark bites, has been compromised. It is not ruptured, but integrated. A parasitic device, matte black and alien, is fused to the line.
This is not a tap in the old-fashioned sense. It is a node injection device, a technology that siphons petabytes by actively rerouting and filtering the light pulses within the fibers themselves, utterly undetected. The device is cold, with no thermal or electromagnetic signature. It was found by quantum magnetometer anomaly.
The implication.
This is not espionage. This is strategic warfare.
This is the new great game. A silent, creeping conflict waged for control.
The 21st century was meant to be defined by cyber, space, and AI. We were wrong. We forgot the deep. Now, the abyss is staring back. Traditional maritime power, the surface fleet, is suddenly, terrifyingly incomplete.
The new doctrine is not about controlling the waves. It is about owning the mud and 1.3 million kilometers of fiber-optic cables, which carry 90% of all intercontinental data traffic, lie the planet's largest untapped reserves.
Polymetallic nodules and cobalt crusts, the essential building blocks for the green energy revolution and new high-tech weaponry. The same seabed hosts our data and holds keys to our industrial future. Nations that control it will control everything. This shadow war is being fought by a new class of belligerent, the ghost fleet of autonomous underwater vehicles. The United States Navy is aggressively developing the Orca Extra-Large Unmanned Undersea Vehicle, or XLUUV. Its modular payload bay can be outfitted for mine-laying, anti-submarine warfare, or seabed infrastructure manipulation.
Think of it as a predatory shark that never needs to sleep, capable of crossing an ocean autonomously. It doesn't follow pre-programmed routes. It is given a mission, a set of rules, and an area of denial. It surfaces only intermittently to transmit encrypted data bursts, the perfect tool for plausible deniability. Russia, learning from its asymmetric warfare doctrine, has responded with its own terrifying unmanned concepts.
The Poseidon intercontinental nuclear-powered autonomous torpedo is a doomsday weapon designed to create radioactive tsunamis.
But the real strategic threat lies in its smaller, more numerous cousins, like the harpsichord AUV. These are deployed from oceanographic research vessels, like the infamous Yantar, a ship the Pentagon watches closely. The Yantar is not a spy ship in the traditional sense, but a mothership for deep-diving submersibles. These include the Rus and Konsul manned vehicles, which are capable of reaching depths of 6,000 meters.
Moscow claims their mission is scientific, but their repeated presence near critical subsea cables tell a different story. These platforms are mapping the seabed, identifying vulnerabilities, and, intelligence agencies fear, pre-positioning sleeper devices. These covert packages could, with a single command, sever the data flow to an entire continent, plunging it into chaos. Then there is China. Beijing's approach is methodical, patient, on an industrial scale. They have weaponized the law of the sea. While the US and Russia deploy military assets, China blurs the line between civilian and state power.
Its vast fleet of research ships are ostensibly mapping the seabed for the International Seabed Authority.
China holds more ISA exploration contracts than any other nation, giving it legal pretext to meticulously map oceans. But this scientific data is dual use. It feeds directly into the People's Liberation Army Navy database. Their Jiaolong deep-sea submersibles, which famously planted the Chinese flag, are not just symbols of pride. They are platforms for testing military-grade sensor spoofing technology and underwater laser communication systems. Beijing is building a digital, three-dimensional terrain map of the entire ocean floor, a critical tactical advantage. This scientific fleet is augmented by the Maritime Militia, a deniable force of supposed fishing vessels. They create a low-cost, wide-area surveillance network that tracks every foreign submarine movement in the South China Sea. China's strategy is one of seabed denial, to make the underwater domain so transparent, no asset can move undetected.
The technological arms race in this domain is terrifying in its ingenuity. The battle is one of sound and silence. In the deep-sea sound channel, temperature and pressure combine to carry acoustic signals for thousands of miles.
This has led to a renaissance in non-acoustic detection, like magnetic anomaly detectors, or MAD, on AUVs.
Gravitometers are being developed that can detect the minute displacement of water caused by a moving submarine.
Perhaps the most revolutionary technology is LIDAR. New blue-green laser systems can penetrate hundreds of meters of water. A satellite or high-altitude aircraft could soon see a submarine at periscope depth, rendering its stealth obsolete.
In response, hulls are coated in anechoic tiles, now being embedded with metamaterials to bend sound waves.
Propulsion is moving towards magneto-hydrodynamic drives, propulsion with no moving parts, achieving near-total silence.
The geopolitical flashpoints are already emerging. The South China Sea is a battle for the deep basins.
When China declared its 9-dash line, it wasn't just claiming water, it was claiming the seabed beneath it.
The high north is another critical arena. As the polar ice caps melt, the Arctic Ocean is opening up. Russia has rebuilt its Cold War bastion concept, a heavily defended area to protect its ballistic missile submarines. But now, that bastion includes a sophisticated network of seabed sensors, the Harmony Garmonia Hydroacoustic Array. The U.S. Navy, in response, is forward deploying its Seawolf-class submarines on clandestine missions under the ice.
Then there is the GIUK Gap, the bottleneck between Greenland, Iceland, and the United Kingdom.
During the Cold War, NATO held this line. Today, the battle is being fought under it, probing legacy SOSUS lines.
Intelligence suggests they are planting mimic devices to feed NATO false data in a conflict, a digital fog of war.
The legal framework governing this new domain is hopelessly outdated. UN CLOS from 1982 was designed for surface shipping.
It says little about autonomous weapons, cyber warfare nodes, or the right to tap a cable in international waters.
This legal vacuum is being exploited. Scientific research has become the new plausible deniability for spying. The first shots of the next war will not be missiles, but the silent snip of a data cable. How does a nation respond to an attack it cannot attribute? Who do you retaliate against?
DARPA's PALS program studies how organisms like plankton and snapping shrimp react to underwater vehicles. The DASH program is developing small, autonomous nodes that can be airdropped, creating a pop-up surveillance grid.
The Angler program is a fully autonomous robotic system designed to find, inspect, and neutralize hostile devices. This conflict forces a rethinking of the most important naval asset, the ballistic missile submarine, or boomer. Its one mission is to disappear, remaining undetected for months, carrying the power to end the world. But in a world of quantum magnetometers and blue-green LIDAR, can anything truly hide anymore?
As the abyss becomes transparent, the nuclear deterrent itself is threatened. Mutually assured destruction could collapse. It is not just about data. It is about upsetting the fundamental balance of power.
Masters the deterrent.
And the nation that masters the deterrent masters the globe.
We return to the USNS Zeus. The analysts have a problem. The parasitic device below is not just siphoning data.
It's learning. It's adapting to the data flow, prioritizing certain packets. It is an AI-driven triage node.
The most chilling discovery is its power source. It is not battery-powered. It's drawing minuscule energy from the cable.
This means it could theoretically remain active for decades. It is a permanent, strategic outpost.
The order comes down from Fleet Cyber Command. Do not attempt to remove. Do not engage. Observe and retreat.
They cannot risk revealing that they know, or risk triggering the device's self-destruct, which would sever the cable.
The TRV-7 releases its grip and begins its slow 2-mile ascent, leaving the device to its silent work.
The Zeus moves on, and the world's data continues to flow. But now, it flows through hostile territory.
A new, invisible iron curtain has descended, not across a continent, but across the entire deep ocean floor.
We are living in an occupied domain, and the battle for our liberation has not even begun.
Global superpowers are not just looking to the stars, but pushing into the last and greatest frontier on Earth.
A frontier with 1,000 times the pressure, where no light exists, and where warfare's rules are being rewritten.
The tyranny of the abyss is upon us, and the long, deep war has already begun.